Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Many of you heard about Bill C-9, also known as Combating Hate Act. This newly proposed legislation, as explained on the Government of Canada's website, supposed to be protecting vulnerable communities against hate, such as anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, and transphobia. However, many experts believe that this bill is very problematic, concerning, and threatening to some religious rights and freedoms. And for us to understand why, let's look at two main points. First of all, the timing of this bill. This bill came after the huge increase in protests in Canada, like many other countries in the world, after the 2-year war on Gaza, or as the UN Human Rights Commission called it, the genocide committed by the Israeli government on the Palestinian people in Gaza that killed over 70,000 people, of which 60% are women, children, and elders. And I ask here, where was this bill or these strict laws when the Canadian Muslim community was suffering a huge rise in hate crimes and Islamophobia for the past 10 years that caused the death of 11 innocent Canadian Muslims? We've never seen such serious move and strict laws because of that, but now we see it after the protest. Also, the details of this bill makes you wonder. Redefining hatred as detestation and vilification of a certain identifiable group, making religious symbols or certain symbols as symbols of terrorism, a lot of things. If you look at it, you'll feel that it's against certain people. This bill, as we said, has many problematic developments and amendments to the criminal code. And these amendments will have a serious impact on our Muslim community. So let's look at how the activists in our community view the impact of this bill on our community if it becomes a law. First of all, common cultural symbols like the Palestinian flag or the kufiya, or even the shahada, yes, the shahada, ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah, written on a banner, could be mislabeled and seen as promoting terrorism. So some group could see the kufiya as promoting terrorism, could see the shahada on a banner as, promoting terrorism, a reminder of a terrorist group, whatever. Where is this going to end? Now, these are symbols related to a religion that's been used for hundreds of years, and all of a sudden now would say, they remind me of a terrorist group, or they're intimidating, and that will merit charges, criminalization, and probably up to 10 years in jail. Students and activists could be charged faster with less oversight. Why? Because, as stated in this bill, to streamline the process for prosecuting hate crimes by removing the requirement for Attorney General consent for laying hate propaganda charges. So police don't have to go back to the Attorney General anymore, which means police discretion expands, which historically harms marginalized groups. So the police will be able to act without having to get an approval from the Attorney General, which will make it very dangerous, as we said, for marginalized groups. Pro-Palestinian protest could be labeled intimidation or hateful, putting protesters at risk of jail time. That makes a lot of sense. In light of the conflicts that we see, if a pro-Palestinian protest happens somewhere, some groups might view it as intimidating, as anti-Semitic. What are we going to do about this? Is it a pro-Palestinian or anti-Semitic? Who's going to make that call? And we're already hearing this by some new mayors in different provinces in Canada, that protests will not be allowed because they're intimidating to other groups. Religious speech or scripture could face legal scrutiny, especially after the Bloc Québécois party requested dropping religious exemption to vote on this new bill. And indeed, last week, the Justice Committee responsible for reviewing this bill approved that request. So religious exemption has been dropped. What does religious exemption mean? As we all know, in the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, Section 2A, it says, everyone has the following fundamental freedoms: freedom of conscience and religion. And it defines as the right to entertain such religious beliefs as a person chooses, the right to declare religious beliefs openly and without fear of hindrance or reprisal, and the right to manifest religious belief by worship and practice or by teaching and dissemination. So you have the right to believe, and you have the right to manifest and express your belief openly. So in your belief, there could be a set of rules and teachings that are found intimidating by someone. What are we going to do about that? Now, you're not allowed to read such scripture openly or to teach it openly, because someone could find it intimidating. Historically, there was the concept of good faith that protected religious scripture. Now, it's no longer protected. It's no longer accepted. So our religious scriptures, not just for us as Muslims, even for Christians, and that was openly discussed when the committee was questioned by the parliament, it was openly discussed that religious scriptures could be criminalized. So this is how dangerous this bill is. What could that cause? It could invite police officers to surveil our places of worship, because they want to make sure we're not reading any of these scriptures. Where is this going? What's next? The hijab could be considered intimidating to some people? Possible. The Justice Committee finished their work, and now it's in the hands of the members of parliament to vote on this bill. And if we stay silent and do nothing, guess what's going to happen? They're going to approve it. And as we all know, people that stay silent will lose. People that will speak up and defend their rights, they will protect their rights. So are we going to let it pass easily? Are we going to do nothing about it? No. We need to move. We need to do something. Some people will ask, what about our Muslim organizations? What are they doing? Well, I want to tell you that the Muslim organizations, especially the coalition that worked really hard in the past elections, are doing a great job communicating with officials, with the Prime Minister's office, with MPs, organizations like CMPAC, NCCM, Hikmah, CHMN, NMAF, AC Vote. Big organizations are supporting them like ISNA and ICNA. However, that's not enough, because the real power is in the hands of the voters, in your hands. This is where the real power lies. So what can I do as a voter, as a citizen? What can I do to protect my rights? We need you to act. The power lies in the hands of the voters. The voters will make a difference. This is why we need you to act as Canadian citizens. We feel threatened by this bill. We need to do something. So this is what we're proposing. First of all, we need to send emails continuously every day. Send emails to our MPs to let them know that we're against this bill and we expect them to vote against it. There will be a link prepared by CMPAC, Jazakumullah Khair. You just need to click on the link, put your information, it will pull out the information of your MP, and just submit, and we'll send an email to your MP, and you will be receiving a reply from your MP. You don't just send it once, you keep sending it. But that's not enough. We also need to start a phone call campaign where we need to call our MP's office every single day. There will be a script also prepared for you in the description that you can use to let them know that we are against this bill and we expect them to vote against this bill. And if they don't vote against it, we will not vote for them in the next elections. We have to be very firm, courteous, but firm about it. And the third campaign will be visiting our MP's office. We need to form groups from the constituents in every riding. Go with your friends, with your family, call, book an appointment, ask to meet with the MP, and go express your rejection to this bill. Make sure you talk to them with courtesy, but firmly. Let them know that you're against it. Let them know that you expect them to vote against it, and let them know that if they don't, you're not going to give them your vote in the next elections. We have to be very strong about it. We have to be very firm about it, and we have to make sure that we protect ourselves, we protect our rights. Because in this world of competing rights, who wins and who loses? The ones that speak up will win. The ones that will stay silent will definitely lose. It's in your hands now. It's between us and the MPs. The voters should be the winners. You hold the key, the golden key, to solve this problem. If you don't move, it's no one but ourselves to blame. So please, I ask you to take this very, very seriously and to act to protect your rights. We want nothing but the best for the entire Canadian society to remain fair and just to everybody. This is how we expect it to be. This is the Canadian game, and this is how we expect it to remain. What we see in Bill C9 is an imbalance of this beautiful Canadian balance that we're used to for many, many years. And we don't want that to change. So please exercise your civic rights and act quickly, because the vote will take place in January. So if you don't start now, we might, la samah Allah, see difficult times ahead of us. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect you all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy on us and give us the courage and the patience to act and protect our rights. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and protect our children. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.